How does one deal with their own mortality when they are faced with cancer? How does it impact their family? And what hope is there for cancer treatment in the future? These are just some of the questions that author Karen McMillan set out to answer in her original book, Unbreakable Spirit, Facing the Challenge of Cancer. And 12 years later, she's since released a highly acclaimed revised edition after having undergone cancer treatment herself. She's with us now. Firstly, Karen, what convinced you to write a book about cancer all those years ago?
I never thought I'd write a book about cancer. My parents had cancer and died in their prime, so it was tough years in my teenage and 20s. So after that, I decided to become a volunteer for my local hospice, and they gave me the job of writing articles that promote the wonderful work that they do. They sent me out to interview Mitch Albom, who's a very famous author of Tuesdays with Maury. So we got chatting, and I told him a little bit about my mum and dad's experience, and he turned to me and said, "Girl, you've got a book there." So having a famous author tell you you've got a book idea is, well, you've got to pay attention to that, I think. So I went and did a bit of research, and at that stage there was celebrity books, medical books, diet books, but nothing about ordinary people facing cancer. So I decided that was the book that I wanted to write, a book that was an honest account of ordinary people facing cancer, and not just the physicality of it, but the spiritual and emotional side of it.
You've covered the experiences of 30 individuals living with cancer in this book. Why was it important for you to tell each one of their stories?
I think it's because cancer is not an ABC experience. You can have exactly the same diagnosis, but you'll respond differently to the treatments. You might be on different drugs. It really plays out completely differently for each individual. So in the book, as you said, there's 30 stories. There's people that are survivors of cancer. They survived 30 years or more. There's people that have been newly diagnosed. There's people that are terminally ill. I didn't want to ignore that. There's people that have lost people to cancer. There's medical professionals. So there's a whole gamut of different people there. And I think that's the strength of the book, is all the different stories are so diverse. So there'll be a chapter or two that will really resonate with people and maybe help their families.
You were diagnosed with breast cancer in 2011. Was there a particular story in your original book that provided you with the strength during your own treatment?
I got a great deal of strength from Ainsley's story, who's a chapter in my book, and I just thought how wonderful that I'm getting helped by my own book. But she was such a positive person, had a positive husband. I loved her positive outlook on what she was going through in very similar circumstances. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to just draw from that for myself.
And I'm sure you would have had some incredible feedback from your readers.
I feel so humbled. I got these amazing letters from people saying so-and-so's chapter just really resonated with their family, and it helped us with, my mother, my sister, my father. So I really, took that on board. And after my experience of cancer in 2011, a very positive story, I have to say, of early detection and a good outcome, my agent really wanted me to do a revised edition. So I thought, actually, this is a great idea. So I've tried to track down as many people in the original book as possible. So I've updated the chapters for the readers. I've got my own story in there, and I've tried to be really honest about what it's like to have breast cancer. Then I've also got my medical team, so it's a much more comprehensive book than it was originally.
And you've had a lot of positive feedback from reviewers. The listener said they are remarkable stories and an equally remarkable book. What is it that people are really responding to?
I think it's the main theme. The main theme is Unbreakable Spirit. So cancer obviously affects the body, but it doesn't affect love or hope or peace or security, and it doesn't affect the spirit. So I think that's the key message that people are taking from the book.